Hello
Hey.
and welcome to Festool Live. My name is Frank and today also my guest with me, Julian. Hello Julian.
Same as last week.
And maybe you saw us last week, we showed the TKS and maybe you remember. And now we start also with new topics, with another topics with the cordless drill, with the 18-volt range, what we want to show you today. And Julian, maybe some words from your side. What is your
My job.
task, your job
Yeah.
in the Festool company?
Yeah.
And please.
So basically my job is not that different from Frank's. So I do explain tools basically. But I don't do it mainly at big fairs or here at the Festool headquarters, but I have a small van packed with tools and I basically visit customers on job sites or in their workshops and explain the tools. That's basically my job mainly in Bavaria.
Thank you very much. And maybe some people, they don't know me, so I want to
What's your
introduce
job?
myself. I'm Frank. I'm a trainer at the Festool company also, and I train the trainers all over the world, and I stay sometimes on exhibitions also all over the world. And now let us talk about the tools. But of course, you know, we are now in the Corona time, and this is really hard, of course, for you also. And the big thing is, of course, that we have always our distance from minimum 150 meter.
Yeah, 1.5 meters.
Or-
We try.
We tried, and of course, this is a really hard thing for you also. 18 volt from Festool. What does it mean, 18 volt from Festool? And I always start with two machines, and these two machines are the 18 volt C80 and T80.
Exactly. Those are like the basic cordless drills we have.
I have here my
Little
Sport.
Sport.
It's
Stock
perfect
ready.
for presentation. And Julian, what is your favorite? What tool? The C12 or T80 is your favorite
If
tool?
I would have to choose one, it's always going to be the C18.
Right, mine too. And why? Because look at here. This is designed in the hand.
Yeah.
You can work in a really good, easy way over
Over your head.
your head on the seal, for example. You can hold some panels, for example. You can tighten it with the screwdriver, with the cordless drill. It's a really, really convenient to work with that tool. But of course, on the other side, with the same motor, the EC Tech motor, the brushless motor, we have the T80, and this is a classic version, so T handle, and it's of course also really nice when you have longer screws and you can really push.
Yeah, it
And-
kind of takes the pressure off your wrists.
Exactly,
Yeah.
perfect. Let us look on the top from our screwdriver. And before we start here, so what does it mean, brushless motor, EC
Yeah.
Tech motor? Because maybe you know that we have a long time our cordless in brushless motors.
Yeah, since about 15 years, but we never really mentioned it that much, or we just called it in a different way. At least in Germany, that's an issue. So the brushless engine, so everything is just basically on a chip, not a traditional motor,
Right?
or engine, not engine, but motor.
Motor.
And that makes it way lighter, way more durable, and it basically lasts you a long time.
Long time, long service life
Yeah.
for that EC Tech brushless motor.
Yeah.
Let us look here on the top. So you see here we have two different gears, so one and the second one.
Yeah.
The second is for a faster
Yeah.
speed, and the first gear is for when you have longer screws, that you have more torque. And then we have also possibility to adjust for drilling and for screwing. And when you use that adjustment for screwing, you have here also possibility to adjust the torque. This is the torque adjustment.
Yeah.
And for, you can see it?
Yeah, I got it on camera.
Okay, you got it. And for what we use that one?
So basically, if you want to sink in screws all to the same depth, because you for whatever reason you use them kind of
Let,
for.
let us show that
flooring.
in a small sample, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you can show the
I prepared something
Yeah.
for that, and you see here coated chipboard with melamine hearts, and you see here this is typical in Europe. These 32 millimeter holes for the hinges, and for that you can bring it in position. And now I have here my small, we say Euro
screws.
screw,
Yeah.
and then I adjust here for the second gear, bring it on that position, and then I adjust it here to 7. Huh? And now I want to show you when I push here the button and I tighten, if the or when the torque in the right setting,
The right depth, yeah.
the right depth, then automatically switch off and it comes to a peep. So it is not really possible to turn
You have to basically ruin it.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Exactly.
and then you have really a good strong connection with that hinge.
Yeah.
That is really helpful to work with that kind of adjustments.
Yeah, and if you would switch the top to drilling again, that would be offset, and you would just have full power. Basically.
Exactly. I want to show you here. I have a small sustainer, just a moment, and in that sustainer, I think some of you know that sustainer. We have here all these Centrotech system inside. It means that small jack is more or less included here.
It's always also included with the machine too.
Of course, yes. And so I have now possibility to, to use a drill. Just a moment, like that one. I can bring in place, and now I have really easy possibility to make a nice hole.
So basically, the whole Centrotech system is all set up to include drill bits, regular bits, some specialty bits.
Special tools like that one, and this is perfect when you have a hinge like that one, a drawer hinge.
Yep.
Then you have here the different holes you bring in place. Here important that you have the drill
Yep.
adjustment.
But
That's
you
it.
can easily find that mistake because the machine will just beep.
Exactly.
That's it, and then you're not able to build it.
And now I look for my my screw, bring it in place, adjust it here, 7 is adjusted, and now I have no issue about that one. So this is a really nice connection, no mistakes, and so also after many years you have a really good hole
Yeah.
for the hinges.
Quick and efficient.
Also this small hook drill system which you
Yeah.
can also use, and we have a lot of nice things inside our sustainer, Centrotech sustainer.
Yeah, you've got a lot of long bits, regular bits, another some drill bits, a tiny screwdriver that you can use for the bits. So it's just a really
Exactly.
versatile way
Like that
of
one.
working with it. Yeah.
That is accessories what you can use for the C12, of course.
18.
Sorry, C18, T18. But now I want to show you also some jacks or accessories that you can use also with the C18 and T18.
So the
Fine.
regular ones are always included. So the one that's attached, the regular Centrotech.
And the standard jack with a 30 millimeter width, exactly. And you see here's the difference. So we have a shorter, small Centrotech, and also 80% lighter.
Yeah.
And that is really helpful when you have some works overhead to use it with the Centrotech.
Centrotech small battery pack. And you got a light and handy screwdriver.
Exactly.
Yes.
Battery pack, that is also a really important thing, because our cordless more or less new. Why?
What's new?
What's new? We have here new batteries. These are batteries 4.0 zero high lithium high power batteries. And for your understanding, normally we use these 5.2 ampere batteries, and you see here these are of course much higher and also lighter, and this one heavier. This is of course also really convenient to work then with that smaller battery. Of course we have a little bit less ampere hour, but we have there inside better cells. They have more wider
bigger
cells, and they have more capacity. You see, I do something that one. I was a little bit confused.
Slightly distracted.
Right.
So it has the same power basically, but it is lighter and a bit more compact.
Right.
Okay. Lost train of thought. So basically, that's one of the new things about the grill.
Exactly.
Battery pack. Second one.
And that is exactly the point. Thank you very much. The second point is of course our sustainers. So you see here the sustainer 3 generation. You remember in the past we had the T-lock sustainers and also classic sustainers. Now we have these sustainer 3 generation sustainer, and here is new that we have a second handle. It's really convenient.
So you can carry it sideways if you just have one sustainer.
And also we have here possibility to use it on the side on drawers in a car. So when you have a rack in a car, and maybe you know, or the people knows these company Bot. And this company Bot is in cooperation with that, and they have these racks in the cars that we can use these sustainers.
So it's basically just a quicker and more efficient way to use them. Also, they're a bit more robust and stable, and just a bit better in a way. It's just the version 3.0.
I like that one.
The organizer.
The organizer, and you see here when you look in the camera, you have a lot of small
which
boxes.
You can totally adjust to whatever way you want. If you want bigger screws, you can just take a bunch of bigger versions, smaller screws, a bunch of smaller ones, and just build your own set.
And I like that because when you bring that in place like that one, and you tighten the sustainer, and then you can shake it. This is no issue because
everything's still in place.
The box is in place because we have here holder and tier holder, and that is that you say Duplo or Lego.
It's like
system.
Lego Duplo.
Right? And this is really, really convenient to work, to have that on the job site, and everything is in a clear,
neat and tidy.
way. Right.
And also clear, since you're saying clear, the lid is clear. That's a new thing too. So you can always see what's inside.
My screws, yes, right.
Exactly.
And this is perfect. It's really perfect.
Or do I have to refill them before I leave for a job?
Exactly.
It's just handy then.
Okay.
So those are the new things.
The new things on the cordless. So the new battery and the new sustainer, and of course with the cordless together. So now let us talk about accessory jugs. I like them.
Well, that's what makes the drill really, really special.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, that one, and maybe you will find also other competitors on the market. They have similar the same, but we are the first about that.
Yeah.
I remember, and I was so happy when we launched that. I think more than 15 years, 20 years. We are on the market with that kind of angled jug, and you see here really nice possibility. You have possibility to use that with the camera?
Yeah.
Of course. So you see here really tidy, and you can also use directly our bits in place there.
So it's really, really narrow.
Yeah.
Because you could also just put on the regular jack or the center tag and then it would just get a bit deeper.
I want to show you, like that one. Then of course you can use the bit holder again,
Yeah.
or you can use here the regular jack. Just a moment. Like that one.
Yeah, and you can also
And
always
then-
change the angle too. If it's not just going to be to the left, you can also put it to the right or whichever way, up, down. It's
Perfect.
just whatever suits you.
Super, I like that. And you have so much application on the job site, on
Yeah.
the kitchen building or bathroom or I don't know, and this is really helpful.
Yeah, you always have narrow corners or places
Right,
where you can't
right.
really reach.
Spacey areas.
And also that thing is fixed to it, so it's sturdy. It doesn't move. It's just perfect. Because you have the ones that you can adjust to the regular jacks that always wobble around and flip around and can cost you fingernails and whatever.
You told me the story
Yeah.
with your fingernails.
Yeah. So I'm really happy about that one.
Okay, so here is the eccentric jack. You can use it also, and this is also really convenient because you can also move here directly the bit, so that you are really flat on this on edges and corners
Yeah.
to tighten a screw, for example.
Like the last drawer that you want to
Drawer,
build in
right.
a cabinet.
The last
And it's
drawer.
really hard to attach.
Exactly.
And there you can just drill it first, because you can always put in drills and then screw it tight.
And you can also use a drill for a cable, for example, in
Yeah.
a kitchen board, a
Something
kitchen cabinet.
that kind of has to be hidden in the back. Exactly.
Really nice. Also, in that different positions adjustment, tighten to
Yeah.
tighten. Then we have here also these special jack, and we need that for the plasterboards.
Yeah, for drywalling.
For
and stuff.
drywalling, and you see here we have, I'm a little bit confusing. We have too much stress
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
back side. We have here a possibility to push the bit in position, and here we can adjust it in a really easy way,
The depth.
the depth, right?
So as soon as the drill, the bit is pushed behind the metal piece, it will just stop drilling basically,
Right?
and the screw won't go any deeper, and so you have a nice regular screw depth, and you can just plaster over, sand it, and be good.
Super. That's it. Simple and easy. Yes,
Those are those.
those are those. These are our C and T18 cordless drills. Now let us look on the next one, and you see here the PDC and the DRC, and we have here also possibility to use, of course, the standard battery pack with the 5.2 and also the 4.0 high power lithium high power battery pack, and of course we have also in our range the 6.2 battery pack, which we can also use.
And all of these battery packs can, but are not necessarily bound to Bluetooth.
Right. I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not really sure. We have now a campaign in Europe.
Is it all of Europe or just Germany?
Oh, this is a good question.
So we can just mention it, and if it's not, just ignore it.
Right.
So basically, for every 18-volt machine that you can buy, except for the cordless sanders,
We have here an 5.2 ampere battery pack for free.
yeah, even the Bluetooth version.
Yeah, and you can all these dealers who are with us
Yeah.
in that campaign. From there you can get
Yeah, they will send that battery for free with the machine if they are part of the campaign.
right.
At least in Germany. Yeah, I'm not certain. I don't know. I work for the German version of Festool.
Okay.
So back to the machine.
Back to the machine. So
What
we have
got?
we have two different, the DRC and the PDC,
Yeah.
and you see here the name PDC. That means we have here percussion drill corders. And what does it mean, percussion? So we have here the hammer function, and when you switch to the hammer function, you can also drill in stone. For example, we have here, and I want to show you a little bit deeper. Maybe the camera can follow or show that. We have here different kind of
cinder blocks and
material. So I don't know the English word. Sorry.
That's why I was like, we got that one version. I don't know.
Okay. Now let us try something.
So those are lighter stonework.
Lighter stone, not
So
concrete.
You could, in a way, drill into concrete, but it's no fun.
Right. For concrete, of course, we use the BHC, but what I want to show you a little bit later.
Yeah.
But now I want to show you how you can use the BHC, the PDC, with that stone drill, and it's also you can also use with the Centrotech, like that one, and of course the right battery. Adjust it here. Go to 3. It's okay. And now, be careful.
Yeah.
It's a little bit loud.
So if you switched up the volume because we're a bit not as loud, please turn it down for the drilling bit.
Exactly. So
it's gonna be loud.
I start now. And you see and you hear, of course, it's really loud, but the hole or the stone had a lot of holes there. And when you work now with a hammer drill, the BHC, you damaged here these. What is the English name of the tools? The honeycomb, maybe. Huh?
Awesome.
And then, of course, the screw is not really.
Yeah, the dowel will not really hold.
Exactly.
So the thing is, you would drill like an 8mm hole, but it would turn into a 20mm hole in the back.
If
it
you
just explodes, basically.
Right. And but this is really nice, and for that kind of application, perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
When I switch now these adjustments to that position, that means it's drilling, and I change it here to the 4, to the gear 4, then I have maximum speed.
Yeah, it's like 3,800 rounds per minute. I
What
think.
does that mean?
Fast.
Wow.
It just means fast. Really, really fast.
And for that fast speed, I need, of course, the right drills. And we have here the Forster drills. Some of you know these kind of drills. So we start with 50mm up to 35mm. I use now the 25mm, and I like that drills because you have possibility to use arrows, different arrows, and also you can here also use another drill. So it is possible to change that metal pin with an arrow and also this drill, that you have always a really convenient guide for that drill. So I want to show you how it works. So I connected, mounted with the Centrotech.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Quickly.
Julian, let us go to our timber here. You see a lot of holes there. Everybody try it from our.
Like a tiny bee hotel.
And important is that we don't catch a screw, because there's also sometimes a screw inside. So let us look here.
Good. So you're gonna go right on the corner.
Right on the corner. This is a challenge a little bit. And is there a screw?
It sounded like it.
It sounded like it. Oh.
But I think it just cracked.
Yeah. But you see how easy is it to make a hole in an edge with that kind of.
And how smoothly it went in. Of course, it's a sharp drill bit,
Of
but
course.
gotta have sharp.
I like it. I like it really. That means we have possibility with the PDC to use it with stone drills, to use it with that kind of Forster drills, and of course we have possibility to adjust here the torque.
Yep. Same as with a C18, T18.
Right.
Same
Exactly.
game.
And so we have also possibility to use really long screws with the gear 1, because with the gear 1 we have more or less 60 Newton meter. And when I tighten a screw in that timber, I need, of course, a second
Handle. Because otherwise your wrist
Yeah.
is gonna get
That is really
what
hard.
can get damaged.
Yeah, I mount it here, really easy, and I have here my bit holder.
Right bit.
We try that one. I hope everything works.
So that's a handy screw.
Really handy screw. Oh, here, huh? Looks good.
Looking good, no screw in the
No
way.
screw it away. Okay, hold it. One.
You can start in two basically.
So I tried in two. Then
Yeah,
we-
just for the first part.
For the
to
first
see
part,
that
okay.
the strength will give out at one point.
Yeah.
And then just show him how
Okay.
efficient it can be.
What's
you,
that?
you didn't offset the torque. The torque is still
Ah.
set. So if you
This
don't
was
want
really good for you to know.
exactly, if you don't want the torque, just put it on above 12 or below 1. There's a tiny little drill bit pictogram, and then
Perfect.
the torque will be offset and you're good to go.
This was really good that we showed it now.
Yeah, we make the mistake so you don't have to make it. Okay, so that was all in the second gear. So if you would go to the first gear, you can sink the screw even further if you want to. So that is nuts.
This is heavy.
Heavy duty.
Okay. Yeah, I like that PDC, but some people ask me about the DRC, and of course, when we come to the summary, the DRC is the same machine like the PDC, only or without the percussion drill. So you have not a hammer function there, but in the way it's the same machine.
Yeah. Everything else, power, weight almost the same. It's just a bit longer.
Right.
Just a teeny tiny bit. As
This
you can
this
see.
one here
Yeah.
is a little bit
That's the only difference.
wider. Right.
Yeah.
We have here also accessories, chucks.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Totally forgot about them. Because they're
Please
so
come with the camera.
two jacks are always the same. So the regular one,
The regular
and the
one?
Centro Tech
Center tape.
for all machines.
Right,
now.
these two. Then we have here a special jack for the
Nuts,
nuts.
nuts and bolts,
Yeah, nuts and bolts. Then we have here also these angle.
which is way more
Adjustments.
sturdy in
And,
a way.
and you see here, this is much more. Come on. I need a
Yeah, battery pack.
battery pack.
Battery pack.
No,
Wrong pack.
Wrong pack.
Right pack.
Right pack.
Sometimes you gotta make it move slightly to slug it smoothly. There you
And
go.
this is also really helpful when you have longer screws. You can really good
Yeah.
tighten here. This is a rubber surface that you have a good grip.
Yep.
And you can hold it in a perfect way. You have also possibility to use here the standard chuck
Yep.
from the C12, C18, and also here from that one,
Whoa, coming around. Nope.
like that one.
Yeah, a lot of carpenters and timber framers use it that way, so you can just pull it down with the second hand, and if it turns, your wrist is not gonna get turned, but your arm, which is not
Exactly.
I turned the camera.
maybe our you can follow us when you turn on with the camera.
What's happening?
I
People are
like
gonna get dizzy.
And of course, we have here also a small special chuck, and this is for screws in metal.
Yeah.
So you see here also the rubber ring. This is more or less a distance ring that you cannot too deep with that special screws
Yeah.
into the metal.
Yep, same game, just with a torque basically.
Right.
Yep.
I bring that back.
So we got the PDC, we got the DRC. So I think we can talk about either BHC or a new thing.
Or a new thing. So you give me a
You got options.
option. I want to talk about directly with from TAD. TAD.
Stands for T is the form and ID is impact drive.
Impact driver. So the first really impact driver from Festool, and this is a really intellectual impact driver.
It's smart.
Really robust, small, and you see here we have functions. So T function, and we have possibility to adjust the speed. What does it mean? So first of all, I want to show you how it works with that T function. For that we go to our place there on the sawhorses. Thank you. Back.
Welcome home.
Just to clean up here. We have here this timber, and so you see here a lot of screw inside, and that is exactly the application. So you have here metal and a metal sheet, and you want to cover that timber, or you have sometimes also roof construction where there's a metal sheet, trapeze trapezoid sheet, and you want to tighten it with that kind of screws. And these screws looks like that one. I have here also the bit. Look at this.
You are prepared.
Yeah, a little bit.
Learn from past mistakes.
Learn from mistakes, right? So when you look here, and maybe you can see that in the camera, you have here, this is a rubber seal, and here this is a arrow that
it's cutting edge.
Cutting in the material, in the metal material. And of course, when you use that kind of screws, you need first a really high speed that you
cut into
the metal. And when you through the metal and you come in contact with the wood, you have to reduce the speed, and that goes automatically with that T.
That's the T function.
Modes.
Yeah.
T function. I want to show you that now. So I first adjusted to the T mode.
Yep.
This is the wrong one. This is also nice and clever. So you bring it forward, remove it, and then you click it, and that's it. So
easy.
You don't need some tools.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Place, click, and you hear first goes really fast, and then
it
reduce it. And that is helpful that the rubber seal is not
ruined. And the other thing about the impact driver, speed is different to the regular drills.
Absolutely.
So the faster it goes, the more force or more force it has.
You remember when you use the PDC, for example, we have on the gear 4 a really fast speed, but not so much torque.
Yeah.
When you go to 1, then you have the possibility to use that PDC with long screws. Here on the T80, the impact driver, we need a lot of speed, and then we have also possibility to use longer, stronger screws. And that is the next topic what I want to show you on that concrete material, because I have here special screws in concrete, and we have some application in Europe also when we mount window frames.
Yep.
And for example, the windows are with concrete, the hole.
Yeah.
Concrete,
yeah.
And
then it's just a concrete house, concrete walls.
Right. And then you mount the frame inside, and you drill first a hole through that frame, and then you mount these concrete screws through that material. For that, you can use also the impact.
Yeah.
But first of all, you have to make a hole. And now, come on. Yeah, that is exactly the point.
So now we know what the Bluetooth on the battery is for.
Exactly. So when you use a Bluetooth battery and it's connected with your dust extractor, automatically when you switch here on, goes the CT Mini or
if
dust
you have
extractor.
Either a new dust extractor or an old one with a fitting Bluetooth attachment.
Right.
So with the old minis, it's not possible. With the new ones, it's possible, which, as you can see, can be really handy.
Absolutely. So, but before we start, I want to clean up a little bit these concrete stone, and I have here also remote control, but which I can also use it here.
So if you're still working with the regular battery packs basically, and you don't want to buy any new ones, you can just get the remote and it basically does the same
Yeah.
thing.
Let us talk a little bit about the PHC. So first of all, when you look at this, you have here a really convenient spring inside, which helps you to make
To drill the holes.
drill the holes.
And the whole vibration doesn't hit your hand, arm, and wrist.
Exactly.
So it basically, if you use the hammer drill properly and you don't push insanely, just let it do its work, it will take the vibration and the spring will prevent your wrist from getting damaged over time.
Exactly. And here you have also possibility to adjust it to the drill, and this is perfect when you have tiles
Yeah.
on a bathroom or a kitchen, and then you want to make first a small hole through the tiles and then maybe come concrete or other things, then you can go to the hammer function. On the side, small hook for that one. Then you have also possibility to use here a metal
Yeah, a pin basically.
to adjust the height.
Yeah.
The right height, the right cutting, not cutting that the drill cut, drill depth. Thank you. Now let us start to make a hole, and important now is to bring it in place. And of course, when I push here, I can also.
Let's just do it for a second.
So, peep, 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 peep. Why the dust extractor does always peep, peep, peep? Really simple and easy. The volume. Oh,
Now it's gonna get difficult. So,
you tell it. You can.
I'll try. So the dust extractor, we have different classes, and that's a class M. And if it does not suck as much air as it's supposed to, which is I think around 20 liters a second or something.
20 meters a second.
20 meters a second, not liters. It will basically make a noise to show you either it's full, somebody has stepped on the hose or whatever, something's not right. And so it makes a beeping noise to just kind of give you a hint, please check what's happening. And the thing right here is, since we're using the attachment, it has a way smaller opening, so it does not suck as much air as it's supposed to, and so that's why it makes this beeping noise. So no worries there.
So, I miss now
The right size.
the right size.
You had it here.
No.
Small, right, I'll get one.
Okay, Julian, look for the right size for that screw. With that, yeah, perfect.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. The same procedure, bring it in
Second.
place. And now the hand camera can follow.
Same as always, it's gonna be loud.
A little bit loud.
So
And
let's get loud.
that's it. Really easy and fast. And the big advantage, of course, is that we have no kickback
Yeah.
with that impact driver. So I can also make a screw into a timber like that in that position, and there is no big kickback.
So
I can,
basically your
try
wrist
it.
is also safe again.
Yep. So we
So the screw.
okay. Bring it in place. You have here
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Important is now that I am not on the T mode,
Nope.
that I adjust now on the maximum speed.
Yeah, you will quickly see if you would have it on a lower speed, that it would take forever to drill, or to basically sink the screw, and at one point it's probably not going to move anymore, so you'll make that mistake once.
So that application works never with the PDC because I have not enough power here in my
It's
wrist.
too high.
Yeah. Really loud.
Yeah. So for your hands it's really relaxing, for your ears it's not.
Normally, and I forgot it, sorry, I need earplugs for that one.
Yeah,
But
imagine.
we remember.
Yeah, next time.
Okay, so you see here a really nice tool, the Impact Driver TED18, really robust and with long service life, with the brushless motor inside, with the newest generation from the brushless motor. We produced that self, so this is our own brushless motor, which we use here for that one. And of course, with that T mode, we have really good possibility to use also these small screws.
Yeah.
And really handy.
Also recommended with a 4.0 battery pack, so it's light, it's really ergonomic in your hands, it's just a small, really powerful impact drill.
Exactly.
Also, the warranty that you just mentioned always includes the battery pack. So you have a 3-year warranty on basically anything.
Exactly. 3 year, and it is important also on the batteries.
Exactly.
That's it.
We got that, yeah?
And the first way we show now all these cordless, and we want to show you later, or not later, in another episode, in another video. Next week maybe.
Probably.
The next cordless tools, maybe the sawing tools, the rail saw, plunge cut saw, circular saw, then also the jigsaw. And
Oscillator. We'll see.
we will see.
A lot of cordless, battery pack powered sawing machines. That's the plan.
That's it. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.